the men and women standing behind me, Republicans, are part of the cornerstone of our reelection. It's important that they are out there talking about what we've done in a bipartisan fashion.
As a Republican and as a daughter of a Republican congressman who served his Central Pennsylvania district for 16 years, I am very proud to support Chris Carney today.
For those that don't know me, over the last year, the Congressman has probably had no more critical an opponent on some wires to the other than I have been. So that he was gracious enough to invite me here says quite a bit about him as a man, not only as a politician.
The VFW has been very good to me, as I to them. And we are thanking Chris Carney for what he has done for us veterans.
2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I guess it is, I first met Chris Carney in the living room of a lifelong Republican in Springville. I was not only impressed with what he had to say, but the fact that he listened to what the people had to say to him. And as a result, I voted for Chris Carney 2 years ago, and I intend to do whatever I can to help Congressman Carney get reelected to another term.
There's still many of you who remember what Bill Scranton stood for. And basically it was to get the job done. He was a pragmatist. And in my association with Chris Carney, I find he's the same kind of person. He's basically interested in getting the job done, not in espousing a lot of political theory. And so I'm really very happy to be supporting him in any way that I can. And I know a lot of people down in our area feel the same way, and we're going to make absolutely sure that he goes back to Congress, which would be the very best thing that could happen.
And this man has proven time and time again he shares the values of our district and shares my personal values.
He may claim to be a conservative. Well, I'm a conservative. Mr. Hackett, I want to say you're as much of a conservative as Britney Spears is a model for motherhood. My wife told me not to say that, but I had to get it out.
Worked for everyone in our area, not just Democrat, not just Republican. We like to call him a blue dog, but I'd like to call him a friend, neighbor, and one of the best assets we have in this area.
Chris came to me when he first decided he wanted to run and said, would I support him? And I said, geez, what's this guy thinking? Does he really think he can win? But I thought about it, and it didn't take long for me to make a decision. I'd known Chris. He was a smart young fella back when I first met him, and he's still a smart young fella, and I think it's just one of the best choices I made in my life. I will continue to support him, and I hope we can get a lot of Republicans out there to do it.
I've got a lot of reasons for supporting Congressman Carney, but I think the most important ones are his dedication to representing mainstream America. He's put great effort in, I think, representing what used to be called the silent majority. It's a term you don't see anymore, but it's a lot of the people that are out there that have mainstream ideas. They want to go center of the road, and I think he does that very, very well.
First time I met Congressman Carney, we had shotguns in our hands, and it wasn't a Republican-Democrat type of situation. Each other, right? You know, we were out to shoot around the sporting clays. Now here's, just visualize this. 5 guys together out to have a fun, shoot some sporting clays. No reporters, no agenda. And during the course of those 2.5 hours that we were together, we talked about different issues. I was very impressed with Chris's family values, his ideas on security, immigration, Second Amendment rights. And I got thinking, this guy really has the thoughts of his constituents and has them in high ideals. And basically his values are my values, so that's why I'm supporting him.
Because folks, we don't improve this country until we end the partisanship that has plagued us for so many years. We don't move the country forward until we work together. Look, it's fine to have disagreements on philosophy. It's fine to have disagreements on policy approaches. But in the end, we have to remember we are all Americans. In the end, we have to remember those are the things that make us strong. The things that have been recently, things that have torn us apart, are actually things that, when we look at it, are what make us great as a nation. That we are able to have these differences, we are able to work on them and come to agreement and move the country forward. And that's precisely what we're doing.